Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We got a very tasty topic for you today about ones that can't accept rejection. But before we get started, we're going to go ahead with some announcements. Just remember that tonight at midnight is the deadline for the 2024 Powerful Poet of the Year. So make sure you hurry up and get them in, get your videos in so we can go ahead and get it over to the judges. We hope to see y'all in real quickly. Also, next week on Grown Men Talking, we will have a special guest returning. She then published her book, Broken Pieces, Ms. Tabethia Porter. Now, today's show is a dedication of one of the twins that lost her life this month on the 19th, Miss JAMEA Harris. So we will be dedicating this show in honor of her in loving memory. So let's go ahead and let's have a great show. Make sure you share, set your notifications, and hey, comment and call in. Ask them some questions, give your opinion. Much love, and let's go.
Has been charged with the murder of a 19-year-old woman. Police say she was stabbed to death outside a bodega in Brooklyn when she refused to give him his number.
All right, Fox 5's Linda Schmidt joins us live from Park Slope. And Linda, you're hearing the suspect actually turned himself in.
Yeah, he absolutely did that today. He showed up here at the 7A precinct. He turned himself in, and he had his lawyer with him at the time. Now, the 19-year-old victim and her twin sister, they were together last Sunday, and that is when she was stabbed to death. And police say the reason he did it is because she rejected him.
If you knew the twins for 19 years of their life, no one deserves to lose a child. She did not deserve that. She did not deserve that. That mom will never be the same.
Samaya Spain, just 19 years old, stabbed in her neck and chest at this deli in Park Slope, Brooklyn, after a chance encounter with 20-year-old Veo Kelly. Her twin sister was slashed on her arm.
Her dad, Stephen, is lost. Those are his twins. Those are his babies.
The parents asking Yvette Ramos, a lifelong friend, to speak on their behalf. Police say Kelly, who had too much to drink, flew into a rage when Samaya would not give him her phone number. She and her sister did not know Kelly, had never seen him before. But to pacify him, she gave him her Instagram handle.
Okay, she don't want to give you her number. She gave you her Instagram. That still don't give a reason to kill her.
Deli owner Mohammed Al-Bahar watched the girls grow up. They and their family frequent his store.
We feel really broken hearts, you know.
Authorities say Kelly has at least one prior arrest for robbery. He turned himself in this morning at the 7-8 precinct.
I spoke with LaShawn, her mom, and she would like to thank the detectives on the case. 7-8 got a good team for homicide, and they did their job. They did their job, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart.
And Samaya's birthday, by the way, is next month. She and her twin sister would have celebrated their 20th birthday together.
Now, coming to host the show today, we will be having on today Mr. Jones, Miss Keisha, and Mr. Britton, along with hosting the show, Mr. Dwight Robinson. So everyone, let's give it up for Dwight.
Hello, everybody. Hello. And welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. I am your host, Dwight, and we got some things to talk about. So let's get busy and let's talk about it. So let me introduce the rest of the cast member, and let's see, is Miss Keisha in the house? Come on in.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Keisha, what's up? Good
Hey,
to see you.
Dwight. How you doing?
I'm doing blessed. I'm fine. And let's also welcome in Mr. Mac Jones to the show.
Yo, 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 what's happening? What's happening?
What's up, Mr. Mac?
Hey,
Mac.
you know.
Hey, I feel you. Same here. Is Mr. Britton in the house today? Is he here yet?
What's
Hey,
that?
man. What's
Hey,
good?
what's
Mr.
happening? What's
B
happening?
on the street live, you did?
Yeah. On the road again.
Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah, man. I stay on the road, don't I?
Yeah, you sure do. You
Yeah.
need to become a truck
Yeah.
driver because you're always on the road.
Hey, I should have been, But yeah, I apologize. Work is Easter,
Yeah, I
and
feel,
man, it's Easter weekend, and working in retail, it get kind of
yeah,
rough,
it get
and,
real
and
rough.
they don't want to close the doors or none
They
of
sure
that.
don't.
So if I fade out, bear with me. I'm driving,
Oh, okay.
and
We
it's
got you.
rattling. I can barely hear y'all. It's going in and out.
Oh, that's all right.
We got you though, bro.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
All right, so
What's
we're gonna
happening, everybody?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You know what it is already.
yeah.
I know that's right. Hey, Keish, what's up, girl?
What's up? What's up? Been missing you, man.
I know
He
that's
been real
right.
busy working.
Hold on, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on, hold on. One time for the one time though.
She said, run as fast as you can. You know I'm broke, ain't got no man, but I need that
Already.
party in my hand, and I ain't gonna call you back again.
All right.
Things up.
I give him a little up. Gotta give him a little up right
One
there.
time for the one time.
Right. I'm gonna start with
Needed that.
Keisha. Keisha, that
Yeah.
video we saw. What's your opinion on that video we just saw not so long ago?
Very heart wrenching. Like, I don't know what I would do if I lost any of my children, male or female, by the hands of someone simply because they didn't want to talk to them. Like get a grip. I mean, they don't have the right to talk, but you took my child's life because they didn't want to talk to you. Now that mother, that father, that family has to live, that twin has to live without their daughter, their sibling, because someone was being selfish. Very beautiful lady.
Yes,
Because
yes, yeah.
someone was being selfish. And that young man had some issues going on that went way deeper than this lady telling him no. And she even gave him the Instagram. So she really didn't, deny him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mr. Matt, that video we saw, how do you feel about that video we just
It hit a little close to home for me because I got a set of twins. And one of my daughter's name is Tamaya, not Samaya, but Tamaya, and so similar in spelling and everything. So I'm just looking at it like, wow, it's crazy, and it's like these dudes, man. I'm sorry, like y'all weak, like y'all emotionally bankrupt. Like, how you gonna kill a chick just because she don't want to talk to you?
Right. That's crazy.
Come on, man.
That's crazy. I don't get it. What about you, Mr. B? I don't know if you saw the video, but did you see the video about the young lady being killed?
Yeah. And you don't have to really like see that particular video to know that runs rampant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's called suckerism. You know what I'm saying? And when these guys have sucker attacks like that, you can't predict it. No amount of home training, you know what I'm saying? None of that comes into play. Is something psychologically damaged with them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody on the face of this earth has the right, you know what I'm saying, to abuse, hurt, kill, destroy someone because they don't want to be bothered. What kind of mess is that? You know what I'm saying? If it's not in defense of family, or yourself, then what we doing?
I want to say, because I'm a twin, and I had twins, and that right there, it's heartbreaking because the young lady lost her sister, and the dad, he's just not the same. So it's hard losing a child, period, but especially the violence. And which I don't know what's wrong with these people today. I mean, these two young ladies went in to get something to eat, and this man became angry because the young lady did not want to give him her number. And I don't know what it is with these people or this generation today, but she's not the first, because there has been other people that have been shot, hurt, just because a person don't want to give you their number doesn't give you the right to shoot them, kill them, or hurt them. I mean, the people in this world today, I don't know what it is with them. I really don't know, and I'm just going to say I'm going to pray for that family, because that's just hard. I don't know what I would have done. I might have went to jail. He better have hope he got to the police and turned himself in before I found him, because that just does something to a parent when they lose their child to a senseless violence, because a young lady didn't want to give her phone number to this man. So
he actually did turn himself in. I think it was a few days later or a week later. He did turn himself in with a lawyer.
Wow. I know one thing. He better be glad.
Turning himself in, then bring her back though. No, so I mean, you know, I mean, thank you, but that wasn't a consolation prize.
Yeah. Just because she didn't want to give the phone number to him, he decided to just stab her and the sister. And I hope he get whatever he deserves to get. I hope he's staying there for a long time. Life. He needs life. That's just crazy. Mr. Mack, how would you feel if that was your daughter? What would you do if you lost a child to a senseless violence crime like that just because she didn't want to give her phone number to a knucklehead that asked him for it?
I'm old school Bible, Old Testament, it said eye for an eye.
Right. I'm with you on that.
And so with that being said, although I know that let's just nip this in the bud.
Mm-hmm.
That don't solve nothing. Eye for an eye don't solve nothing. I'm not using this as trying to say I'm solving everything. But what I am saying is, hey, you took my daughter's life. You took my son's life. You don't deserve to continue to be here. Now, whatever happens to me after that happens to me after that. Now, do I condone violence or anything like that? That's why I say it don't solve anything. It really doesn't. But it's my child you talking about. I'm sorry. I don't condone it, but I'm in if you pull me into it.
Yeah, I hear you. Keisha, I mean, same question. What have you done if one of your children got, killed because they didn't want to give a phone number or talk to somebody? How would you handle that?
Honestly, I don't even know how I would handle that. The first, when you go through all of the emotional, things, denial, anger, anger would probably linger with me for a very long time, because the truth of the matter is it was a stupid, like, you took the life because of a stupid reason. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. They weren't fighting, you two weren't in a relationship. You didn't even know this person.
Right.
And you felt because you got denied, because your self-esteem is on the ground, that, that you in turn, which this young man had something haunting him before he even approached this young lady. She was just like, the toothpick at the tip that just tipped it over for him. I later down the road, I may find some forgiveness, but right then and there, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Mr. Jones.
Mr. B, same question. What would you have done if one of your precious children got killed by someone like this?
That's not over, man. You say what? Repeat it again.
What would you have done if this would have been your daughter that got killed?
Repeat that again.
What would you have done if your daughter got killed by somebody like that?
I'm asking what's for child tonight. I'm asking what's for child. Did they have mail call? What time is wreck? The yard open?
Yeah.
All of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you
I'm with you. I'm with you.
If you kill it, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna see a whole nother me. And I don't have no problems with stating that. I'm going ham. I think I said that at the beginning of it. That would be the only criteria for me to have to even consider taking somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? At this stage of life, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna throw mine away. But if you do something to my baby, to my baby. Huh. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. Cause I'm not gonna stop until I get with you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna feel like this. You know, I'm a very forgiving person, but when it comes to your children, yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow because I know I only have one daughter, and if she would have got killed because some knucklehead did that, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna be on the hunt. He better hope the police get to him, or he better hope that he's surrendered because my mind frame at that time, I'm just gonna lose it. And if I find the dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Mr. B there. I'm not beating the child line in the yard too because when you just lose your you lose your child, you flip. Parents flip, especially men. When men are close to their children, daughters and son, and they life got cut off because of some knucklehead, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all might be seeing me in prison, just point blank. You know, I have to keep it real. I have to keep it real with that because I can't imagine what the mom and the dad is going through. I mean, the man, just lose their kids. The kids were just going in there to get something to eat. And here you have these young men in there, doing whatever they're doing, and they just mind their business. And I grew up back in time, and young men used to ask girls for phone numbers, and none of the girls died. They just, the men, when the young men asked for the phone number, and then they didn't give it to the young dude, they usually just walk off, or they'll ask a question. Well, I guess I'm not your type, but just to kill somebody because they don't give you the phone number, that's crazy. And on top of that, she gave him the Instagram, whatever, and I guess that just wasn't good enough. And I think in my lifetime, I knew at least one or two guys like that. Wasn't really friends with them, but they used to call women B's and H's because they wouldn't give them the phone number, and it was just being so disrespected. I don't know what's going on with these guys. Maybe they wasn't raised up right. I don't know what it is. Mr. Mack, what do you think it is why some of these guys act that way when a young lady or a woman turns a man down for a phone number?
Because secretly they in the closet.
In the closet.
I could have no other response for nobody that thinks it's okay to harm a woman because she don't want nothing to do with you, other than secretly you just hate women and you really like men.
Yeah, you know what? It had to be something. Keisha, do you have any idea why some guys you have an idea what might make some guys do this ridiculous thing because a lady refused to get a phone number? Or have you ever had a guy get mad at you because they asked for your phone number and they're being so disrespectful to you?
Yeah, and they'll cuss you or F you be, they instantly get upset with you. And I think some men just cannot handle rejection. But I think this goes all the way deep down to some mommy issues or, something in that man's life has happened to make him react because someone simply telling you no. I even tell my children, no is a part of life. You're going to hear no more than you hear yes.
You're right.
So to get that upset at somebody to take their life, now this man has ruined that family. He's even ruined his own life. So, if you look at it on both sides of the family, both families are gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. B.
This is the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Caller, you have a question or comment?
Okay.
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing fine. How you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to weigh in on it as my condolences go out to the family for that situation, that cold situation. But I would have to say, I can honestly say, I've been a victim of someone not taking rejection well. I was called the B word. I was being honest, and I wasn't mean about it or nothing. I just told him, I said, I have a fiance, I'm with somebody. And he said, and nobody wants you F and B. And I'm like, wow, where did that come from? I don't know, just boom, just like that. switch on and off. That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why guys do that, but we're going to discuss that in a little bit more. We had to take a commercial break, so y'all stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
Let's do it.
A college basketball star weeps as he's taken to jail, charged with murder. It's raw emotion as the University of Alabama's Darius Miles shouts to his mom.
What do you imagine, man? I swear. What do you imagine?
The 21-year-old star is charged with fatally shooting a 23-year-old woman, JAMEA Harris, near the university campus. Darius Miles allegedly tried to flirt with the victim as she sat in a parked car with her boyfriend and a cousin. One eyewitness says when she refused to talk to him, he persisted, telling her, "Don't you know who I am?" Then things turned ugly and a gun battle erupted. A Ring camera captured the chilling sound of gunfire and 2 bystanders fleeing for their lives. I spoke with the victim's mom, who said she still hasn't broken the news to her daughter's 5-year-old child.
I know at some point he's going to want to know where his mom is. And when that time comes, I just don't know how I explain it.
Crimson Tide basketball coach Nate Oates says the whole team is grieving.
I've got 3 daughters. Went through my mind how easily could have been one of mine. Tough situation. Talked to Darius's mother multiple times yesterday. Very hard situation on both accounts.
But the victim's mom says she's outraged by the accused killer's display of emotion.
What do you imagine?
It just enraged me that he could cry to his mother after he took another person's life.
I do apologize for the mix-up. That is actually JAMEA J. Harris, the one that was killed right there by a basketball player. The first one is the twins that actually was stabbed on March the 20th. So my apologies for that mix-up. So back over to you, Dwight.
Thank you, Spicy. This is just kind of leave me a little speechless. I hate seeing things like this, seeing people just losing their lives over some knuckleheads that ask for numbers, and the women tell them, I got somebody, I'm seeing somebody, and these dudes just feel like, well, unaliving people because somebody says no. And it's just crazy. But I'm gonna ask this, Mr. Jones, could you ever forgive somebody for doing something like that, taking a child life, your daughter life? Could you ever forgive somebody like that?
I could. It won't be no time soon.
Right.
If justice was served for my daughter, and as time played out, I couldn't see myself harboring hate because I would have to pay for that with God in the long run, and that's just something that I'm not willing to do. If the only thing I'm willing to pay for, it would be an eye for an eye. And that wouldn't be out of hate. That would actually be out of love, because I love my child. Why'd you do that to my child?
Right. I agree. I definitely agree with you, my brother. If I even ask Keisha and Mr. B, I'm with you on that, because I would have to forgive them, but it would take time, because when somebody take a child like that, yeah, you're only human. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be upset, and you one of the things you think about is getting revenge. But as you say, it's not gonna bring that child back. But you have to put yourself in a situation where if you love God, you have to learn to forgive. But that's just a hard pill to swallow. But you got to swallow that pill. Keisha, if you there, could you forgive somebody if they took one of your child? Could you find in your heart to forgive somebody if somebody actually took one of your kids away because of some stupid act? They didn't want to give a number to them or talk to them. Could you actually forgive that person?
Yes, like I stated before, once I went through all the stages and the steps, acceptance, denial. Once I went through all of those, yes, because God does ask us to forgive. Now, will it be something immediately?
Mm-hmm.
No. But and eventually, just like he said, if I get justice for my child, now if we're doing a lot of lying and covering up,
Right.
then it's just going to keep that uh hurt and pain alive in my heart. So, but eventually before I leave this earth, I would have to forgive that person. You got to do that if you want to even make it into heaven. You got to forgive, no matter how bad it hurts.
Yeah, you all about that. You definitely have to forgive. I don't. I'm trying to think, where did this come from? I mean, a few of these young men out there, and even some of the ones we haven't even heard of before. But you can go on the news, different places. You can kind of see the same thing. A lot of people getting killed, and it's just not the younger women. You even have older women getting killed because they don't want to talk to the man, and the man becomes angry, cuss the woman out, sometimes shoot her, sometimes beat them down because the women being very, being truthful with them. I don't want, either I don't want to talk to you. I'm married. I have a boyfriend, and these type of men just, for some reason, just don't get it. So I'm gonna say this, Mr. John. Where do you think this behavior comes from? Do you think it come from maybe there's no man in the house when they was being raised by the mother, or what is it you think that make these men trigger to just do some stupid act like that, taking somebody's life or hurting them just because that person's don't want to talk to them or give a number to
Well,
them?
we can't attribute this and blame this to no men being in the house.
Right.
That is something that is far and beyond, because just in some of the episodes we've watched previously,
Mm-hmm.
that don't have to deal with violence, but absolutely have to deal with men being in the house and women still taking stances against the men for the child.
Right.
So you can't really blame it on a man being there or not being there, because if he's there and he's no authority figure in that household, there's
Right.
no reason to blame him for the problem. Now, what I do blame this on is lack of accountability.
Right. Okay. All right. I don't know. We still, Keisha, if you there, same question. What do you think that these young men are just, what's going on with them? Why are they acting like this? What do you think it is that make them want to just hurt somebody or kill somebody just because somebody don't want to give them their number?
Um, I don't know. I would probably have to say it has a lot maybe to do with some mother issues, some
Oh, I think we lost
experience
Miss
that,
Keisha. Oh, there she go.
okay, maybe some traumatic experience that they've had. Um, it's something in that person's life that has caused them to behave in this manner, because a healthy minded person, as healthy as we can be, will not react that way. He'll take it, okay, okay, and go ahead on about his business. So this person is suffering from some deep trauma.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been rejected by other kids on the playground. He could have been rejected by a teacher or a parent.
Okay.
So it goes deeper than kind of what we see.
Okay. I'm just gonna add my 2 cents on that. I kind of, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I guess, maybe I don't know if these young men been to church or not. They might have, they may not have. But that's just a question of what would make a person do that. I can see if the motive if somebody was trying to hurt you or kill you, you defend yourself. But for as a person that don't know the other person and just going to go get something to eat, or be it a sporting event and somebody sees a lady that they're attracted to, and then when the ask for the number and the ladies turn them down, I'm still sitting here trying to think what would make somebody do that, just hurt somebody just because the person doesn't give you their number or want to talk to you. I mean, it just boggles the mind. Spice, I just need to ask you the same question. I know that you're behind the scenes. What would you do, or how do you feel about this? How do you feel why these people do the things they do?
Well, the first thing is that they don't want to accept the fact of no. They're not used to hearing no. Sometimes they just feel like they should have whatever they seek out to get. But in agreement with Teresa, she said sometimes just mental problems, and you got to look at too. This young man could have some mental problems. It could be like Keisha said, something that stemmed from back at home.
Okay, yeah, it could be from home. I mean, I knew a lot of guys around growing up back in the day. Some of them was a little off. I think the worst thing they ever did was maybe call, which I felt it was crazy to say, used to call the girls the B word just because a young lady didn't want to give them their phone number or they didn't find them attractive, and for them to harass them and call them out their names and everything. And now we are in times where people are getting shot. They're getting killed. There's that child right there. He lost his mother because of some guy that couldn't take a rejection. He just couldn't handle it, and his way of doing it is killing the person. These are two different people right here charged with capital murder. Okay, that's just sad. These are two young men that actually just threw their life away because they was interested into a young lady, and the young lady turned them down, and they couldn't handle rejection. I mean, that's part of growing up. You're not gonna get a yes every time somebody tells you no.
And if
And
you see on the left is Darius Miles. He's the one was
yes.
in the vehicle with Michael Davis. Darius Miles is the one that had the gun, and he handed it over to Michael Davis. And Michael
Wow.
Davis is the one that actually pulled the trigger. They
Mhm.
both are being charged with capital murder.
As they should be. As they should be. And like I said, the young people today, I just don't know what to say. Maybe taking maybe I know church can't solve everything. I believe, you should take your kids to church and learn the golden rules. But sometimes people just do things that's unexplainable. They just have a hard time in life uh, saying, somebody telling them. Now, I don't think I've ever heard of a woman shooting a man. And correct me if I'm wrong, Spice, anybody on the show, have y'all ever heard of a woman
In the
killing a man?
research that I've done so far, I have not seen where a woman has actually killed them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I have seen where they have sliced their tires, destroyed their
Well,
property, burned up their homes, or
mhm.
even they have stabbed them, but they did survive the injuries.
What is wrong with these people? Now, I can testify against that because I know one time when I was in my 20s, a young lady asked me for my number. She wanted to date me, and I told her no. I was thinking about talking to somebody, and that stabbing part, yeah, she came out there and slashed my tires, slashed them all. I got in my car that started up. Soon I backed up, pss, pss, the air was just coming out everywhere. And somebody told me that week that the young lady that was asking for my number was mad because I told her no, and they saw her by my vehicle and believed that she the one that put the holes in my tire. But yeah, I never heard of a woman killing a man um, for rejection. Maybe like you said, do stuff to their house, this and this and that. But we just live in certain times where people walk up to you and you basically minding your business, shopping or out with your girls, and a group of men come up and step up to you and flirting, and you being nice and say, well, hey, I'm married, or I have somebody. And speaking of that, I remember I was in the club one day. It was a club in San Antonio called Below Zero, and there was a married couple there, a very happily married couple, and they haven't been out in a while. So the husband went to the bar to get them some drinks. And talking to her, a man approached her and asked her, "You very beautiful. Can I have your number?" Now, that being said, I was standing next to her, and another guy was standing next to her. So we were just talking to her. So I guess he didn't think one of us could have been married to her or the boyfriend, but he didn't care. And she politely said, "Well, thank you, but I'm here with my husband. We just trying to enjoy ourselves." Now the man was being kind of angry. He got kind of aggressive. So the husband was walking back with the drinks, and he heard the man call his wife the B word. Now all he did, he said, "The wife, hold these drinks for me." and he asked the guy to repeat, what did you call my wife? And the man just didn't say nothing, had this smirk on his face. So the husband hit him so hard, and there's no lie, the change came out of his pockets. That's how hard this man got hit.
Not the nickels, dimes, and quarters. Oh my God.
Yeah. Mr. Mack, the man got hit so hard that the loose change in his pockets, before he hit the ground, flew out his pockets before he hit the ground.
Oh my God. He knocked the Mario coins out there.
Exactly. Exactly. And for what? He got that ass whooping for what? Just because he went up there to her, she was kind and she told him, hey, I'm here with my husband. Thank you for the compliment, but I'm married. I'm happily married. And the man got so mad at her just because she told him the truth. He called her the B word. And the husband heard it. And yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have knocked the shit out of his ass too. You're not going to just disrespect my wife and call her the B word. So I don't know what it is with these type of men that do stuff like this. I don't get what it is when a woman says no, they can't take no for an answer. They have to be aggressive, and then they're turning, calling the woman a name, and then turn towards violence. So I just don't get what's going on with them. Now some people believe it's mental illness or something. I don't know. You do, Mr. Mack? Do you think it's their ego? Do you think it's an ego trip or something? What do you think it might be?
I'm still over here tripping off the Mario coins, man. I ain't gonna knock the change out your pocket, pimp it. Oh my God! you know how Sonic be running, and when somebody hit him, he be like,
yeah.
Anywho, let me stop. Let me stop.
Like when this man hit this man so hard, and his jaw, his change flew out his pocket before he hit the ground. I'll never forget.
Okay, I'm getting back serious, man. I'm getting back serious. So look, ego. Of course, we know the ego plays a part in this. You know that dude with fragile egos. Excuse me. They get damaged very easily.
Right.
Very, very easily. So what I'm saying is, of course, this is an ego situation because you're dealing with an egotistical person, whether it's a man or a woman. That's ego. That's pride. That's what. How dare you think that you're good enough to tell me that you're married and you don't want to be with me?
Yeah.
Think about what you do. That could be nothing else but ego.
Well, I think the man is crazy because when a woman tells you she's there with her husband, I guess he feel like, well, she gonna leave her husband for you? Why is they gonna leave her husband to a stranger that she don't know nothing about? And this man, after she told him he disrespected her, and I agree with it, he deserved to get his ass knocked out for disrespecting that woman like that.
Knock the quarters out your pocket. Knocked all the laundry money out his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I picked that chain up because it was a lot of He ain't gonna need it, so we gonna pick these quarters up and slide them in my pocket.
Hey, you sound like Ezekiel on Friday said, "Cause I don't kill."
There you go. That's right. That's it. It just blows my mind that some of these dudes that have the nerve to do some stuff like that. Keisha. Is Keisha still with us? Oh, she driving. Keisha.
Keisha done got quiet on us.
Yeah,
I'm listening at y'all talking about knocking the coins and Mario coins. I'm just listening.
Now, Keisha,
my God.
I gotta ask you this question, Keisha. Now, have you ever been on a date with a man or your ex-husband and have any time in your life you was with a man and another man, regardless, still came up to try to talk to you anyway? Have you ever had that happen to you before? Hold that down, Keisha, because we'll hear the music and we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Murder on call with the fight now. 20 years and it seems like a lifetime. I've been hanging every day from a lifeline. Why these fuckers tell her dinner every night?
4 reasons why a man rejects a woman. Find out what are the reasons why a man loses interest or rejects a woman altogether. 1. You are very intense. It is noticed how much you like him, you do not dissimulate it even a little, and you do things such as stalking him, leaving him messages implying him in the social networks. You go to his house surprisingly and under any pretext. You do not separate from him even 5 seconds when you see him. To demonstrate in excess has an opposite effect to that you would like, so be formal, but do not prove so much. 2. You are not his type. Like all women, men also have different tastes as to the physique of a woman, some like skinny ones, others short or tall, and so on. So, they have different tastes and you may not be in their standards, and it's not bad. We just all have different tastes and we must learn to respect them, no matter how hard or if it hurts us. 3. You had intimacy with him very fast. Believe it or not, and even when men do not admit it, having sex on the first date makes him lose interest most of the time. So if they had sex, they stopped calling you later and it's been a few days, it's because they lost interest in. 4. Does not want anything serious. Maybe the moment you met is not the most conducive to a relationship because he does not feel ready, or wants to continue having fun and does not want to hurt you. So the best thing is to keep the idea of having an affair with him because you know that you will end up suffering.
Okay, make sure y'all tune in next week to Grown Men Talking Incorporated. As special guest, Tabethia Porter will be in the house to discuss her newest book, Broken Pieces. And make sure that y'all know that tonight at midnight is the deadline for the 2024 Powerful Poet entries for videos. So make sure you get that in before midnight so that we can hand it over to the judges. And hey, you never know, you might be the next Powerful Poet of the Year.
Right, y'all better get that in. I seen that trophy, and that trophy looks good. So, yeah, y'all, this is it. This is the do it. This is live or die. So, please, there it is. See that? That could be sitting at your bedside, your bar. So, if you know anybody, or if you're a person that write poetry, send it to Spicy Gray and myself. Make sure the video is clear so we can hear you clearly. So please send that in. Now, we definitely got to talk about that video. But before we talk about the video, I was asking Keisha, have you ever been in a relationship with a man, or if at the one time you was mad at some other man trying to approach you while your man is there?
Yeah, because they see you by yourself, and they'll try. I mean, and I guess you can't fault them for that because they see you by yourself, or you walking over here by yourself. But usually, once you tell them, hey, I'm with somebody, I'm here with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go ahead and let you go about your business. Now, I never had anybody get angry or upset about it. They'll just say, okay, and go on about their business,
Right.
but not to the point to where they're disrespecting me and somebody has to come and, knock the Mario coins out of them. No.
Now, I will say this as a personal experience. Even though I told the person that I had somebody, they didn't care. They felt like, well, move that clown out the house and move me in.
Woo!
Or, they felt like that they was better than that person, or they could provide more for me than the person I was with. But they just wouldn't take, what I would say, to where one of them just started striking at me, even to intervene with situations with my daughter and be at a balloon release and try to charge at me, all because I rejected him.
Wow. What is wrong with these knuckleheads? I don't know. I'm just, we just got a lot of nutcases out here. You got to be so careful.
Can I add another?
Sure, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Mac,
another point of view in there. See, a lot of these dudes, right? They be lying.
Right.
And so, what I'm saying, what they be lying about, I'm gonna keep this one cut and clear, right? They be lying about what they be doing with women, and so when it comes down to actually being able to approach, conversate, court, things of that manner with a woman, they have no clue what they're doing because they're socially awkward.
Right.
And so the only way they can get past looking stupid while everybody's standing there laughing at them, because you know how men get with each other. Look, she did the man, F you, B. Ooh. So, again, it's because they be lying. First of all, you don't be doing all this. You ain't got all these women like you be telling everybody you do. And this happens with grown men too. Don't think don't think it's just a little kids thing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's grown men that do that too.
You're absolutely right. Now that video we just saw not so long ago, I can relate to some of the things in the video. Because I was women, they may not have killed many men, but they can harass you and do things. Because I know it was a lady that I didn't want to be with. This woman used to come to my house, knock on my door, climb over the gate, come to my job, hide behind the bushes. And this is a true statement, because with the time that she was in the bushes and I was coming back, going out with some friends, and the bushes was moving and it was cold outside, this girl was hiding in my bushes, and when I was walking upstairs to my apartment, she pops out the bushes, and I was like, see, that's why I don't want to be with you, because you crazy. Who gonna be sitting out here in the bushes and 40 degrees weather waiting for somebody to get home? So she told me directly in my face, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. And I looked at her and said, so what that means? You gonna kill me? And she said, if I have to. So yeah, I went downtown the next day and I put a strainer all over her ass. Because that woman just threatened. And see, and when somebody threatens you, that means you gotta be looking over your shoulder 24/7 a day, because you don't know if they're gonna pop out with a gun and shoot you. This woman knew where I work at, and I'm standing there with my damn, you gonna kill me? My sister, they came outside, they was gonna beat the girl up. I said, no, y'all just stay there, y'all don't beat the girl up. I'm gonna go put a strainer all on her ass, because this girl just threatened me, saying if I don't go with her and give her the goods, she gonna kill me. Now,
She put you on. She wants you to go ahead. Hold on. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead, Keisha.
So, I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Jones, have you ever had a woman threaten you, saying that if she can't be with you, that she gonna kill you or hurt you?
Nah, I ain't gonna say it's been like that, but I have had some. Women say some of the darndest things, and so do men.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna put this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just saying I'll take anybody and say it's a man or woman, especially they say they're gonna kill me. I'm like, well, shoot, I need to put a spread on your ass. Keisha, have you ever had somebody threaten you? If you didn't date them or give them the goodies, they're gonna put some hurting on you? Uh-oh. Where's she at? I think she's freezing. Well, while Keisha get herself together, Spicy, have you had anybody come up to you and try? I mean, I know you got different stories, but have anybody try to come to your house or come and threaten you because you didn't want to be with them?
Not so much as my stranger, but more or less my exes. It was two of them, even to the extent to where they both pulled a gun on me.
God dang!
Because I wouldn't take them back.
Put that Nickelodeon 3000 on. I'm telling
you. Now, I ain't never had nobody, no exes put a gun. I mean, I did have one ex put a knife on me, but not a gun. What were you? How can I ask this? What were your ex? Did you ask your exes what was on their mind when they pulled a gun on you just because you didn't want to be with them no more? Did they even
No, because the fact that it was all the way around. The reason why I got out of the relationship was because it was very abusive, and one of them almost could have took me off this world.
Wow.
So, it's like all I can see is that like I told my baby's dad that look, I look better without the abusers, and I'm not gonna go back to doing because you're not gonna change. And evidently he didn't change because he repeated the cycle with the next girl.
Well, Spice, you had not one but two. What was the other guy reason? I mean, for two men in your life,
he more or less, that's the one. And I mean, I can speak about it because it's in my book anyway. That's gonna be coming. But he more or less, he did follow me. The SAPD had me out in hiding, and he ended up fighting me each time. And it was a lot. But one day I just got fed up, and I would just, I wanted to need some time to myself, even though my mom had pleaded with me not to leave from under, hiding. But I didn't know he was following me. And, when you're not in the right mind, you're not really aware of your surroundings. So, I didn't hear the truck pull up. I didn't hear him walking. I felt when he sat down beside me. And when I looked over, he gave me an ultimatum, and then I just told him, okay, this is my ultimatum, and not being in the right mind, got up and walked off.
Wow. See, this is just. I mean, and that's not the first time I heard the story, because even Denise, since she hung up, because Denise told me about her ex, and the story she gave me was that, that she felt like she was going to die because he had a shotgun in the back of his truck, and he was trying to take her driving somewhere. If Denise listening, she can probably call in and give you the rest of the story, but she felt like if she would have went with him that night, that she may not have been here today, because she truly felt like that her ex was going to kill her because she did not want to deal with him no more. And like I said, they don't have to be a stranger that come up and do you like that. It could be an ex-husband, an ex-boyfriend that can't handle that y'all breaking up.
Yeah, because see, they don't want you with nobody else, but it's just a mental concept that they feel like, especially when you have children around, they feel like they own you.
Yeah.
And so they try to control you, and despite what they do, they feel like you should tolerate it and deal with it. So when it comes down to, if I can't have you, nobody will, you got to take those words really, really to heart, because, just like my ex-husband, when the cops told me if I would have been in my home when he destroyed it the way he did, that I would have been dead.
Wow.
I guess this is Denise calling in now, so let's see what she got to say.
Especially when you put in that Spin Master 3000 with the extra rinse cycle on there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but we got to think of, especially when you're thinking about an abuser. My two exes were very abusive, and it was very controlling and possessive. So it was hard for me to get away from them, because, the fact that I was afraid that they was going to kill me. But when I got to the place to where the battered women and children shelter helped give me the skills and tools to try to plant and, and prepare to leave, because the one thing you don't want to do is let them know you're going to leave. But when I did leave, it's like he broke in my home before the courts awarded me the full ownership of the home, and he tore it up from top to bottom. He didn't tear the kids' room up, but every picture, makeup, clothes, and furniture, destroyed it. It was just like a hurricane and a tornado and a flood all just went through the house. Even poured bleach in my fish tanks, because he knew that was the connection I had with, when it came down to my meditation and, releasing my stress.
Yep. And that's all I'm hearing over and over and over again, is they was already crazy from jump, and then you did Lionel Richie and went and did it to him one more time. And they ain't know how to act after that.
It's bad enough. They don't want to let go, but when you got the family that feel like you should stay there and deal with it, that lets you know that the whole family is dysfunction.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then it'd be too late, because you been did what you done did.
Wow. Denise, can you give us some feedback on the incident that happened to you with the shotgun in the truck?
Well, with that situation, it wasn't about him being with me and blah blah blah. It was more like he wanted me to end the child support. So what happened was, my boys were babies. They were little, and he wanted me to go riding with him, and I said, riding for what? Oh, just to talk. We can talk right here. And he said, no, we can just go out. We can just go for a ride. And something just told me, Teresa, look up. So I looked up in the back of the car, and he had two shotguns sitting in the back window. So I was like, Teresa, and I felt like, Teresa, if you get in this car, you will never come back.
So you actually think that you felt out that he was going to try to do you in because of that?
Oh, yeah, because it was confirmed later.
Wow. Boy.
It was confirmed later that he would have done me in.
That's why I said you gotta just be careful. Careful, regardless you know the people now. You just got some crazy people out here that will kill people over some senseless things.
Yeah, you gotta be more observant
this is pretty much child support.
You know,
this was child support. I paid attention. I did. And something kept the warning flags was just flying up because he wasn't himself and he was doing something different. So I felt like, something ain't right. He's doing something different. We just got through just talking about child support. We just came back from court. No. Something's not right. Look up. And so I kid you not, it might have been the Holy Spirit telling me to look up. But I looked up. And there it was, 2 big old shotguns in the back of that car. And what his plan was to take me out into the country, to the field, and shoot me out there.
Man, I mean, I can't explain that because back then, you know, I paid child support, but I didn't say I was gonna do the woman in because I'm paying child support. I'm like, kill her, so I ain't paying child support no more. That's crazy.
It ain't gonna stop you from paying child support. That part.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just straight up crazy. Mac, you wouldn't think about killing nobody just because of child support, right?
No, I'm on child support. Like I ain't worried about no damn money. And listen, it ain't. Listen, you right. You ain't gonna never have to worry about paying it no more if you kill them because they gonna put you somewhere where you ain't got to pay it no more. So I mean,
that's right. That's crazy.
It don't make sense to me, but okay.
Wow. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Some men, because I haven't even talked to a man or so that
All right,
said,
I'm gonna go. Bye.
All right, thank you, Denise. Just to kill a woman because you paying her child support and you think, well, once I kill her, the child support don't stop. Nah, I don't know what world you living in.
That's why some of these women need to be careful with their mouth and the actions.
Yeah, you do. You sure do.
Even though you've been with a person for 13, 16 years, you really don't know that person what they're capable of doing, especially when their mental status is not right. You know, and the one thing like my ex could not handle was the mere fact that it was over. You know, I was done with it. You know, because even as far as because of the rejection, you know, he tried to take an overdose, but it was up sleeping pills.
He tried to take an overdose?
Yeah, sleeping pills. But then, it's like he was following me. He kept getting my phone number somehow and then turn around. You know, I couldn't even work because I worked in hardware at Supercenter Walmart. And I turned around and he's standing there with his arms folded. You know, it's been over. It's like, let go, breaking in my house, So it's like when you're dealing with men like this, it's a mental sense, but it could be an ego, but also, like I said, when they feel like they own you, they feel like they should have full control. And when you say I do, that means that you're not to leave. Period. Ooh. You are to put up with whatever they dish out, and it's the wrong answer. No woman and no man should have to deal with that.
You got that right. Because I want to say this. Now, during that time you was with the man or breaking up with the man, you wasn't seeing nobody at that time, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Because I was just want to know if you were, what would that man say or what would he have done?
He was trying to accuse me of it because his friend that beat on his wife was putting it in his head. And so that's why they popped up at my job, and it was a group of us going out to this car, and he happened to be standing there. He just sped around the corner in the car, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Jumping out and in front of everybody I worked with. I thank God that my boss, she went to something similar, and even though she didn't want to, but the fact that she had to tell me to get off the job, because it's not gonna get no better, and it didn't get no better. It was very hard. I was looking for a car. Next thing I know, he was popping up behind me. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
Like a damn horror movie.
And then it's like we've been separated. So when I got pregnant with my youngest son, you're not supposed to have no kids by nobody but me. I'm like, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
He told you weren't supposed to drop no babies, only drop his babies.
Exactly. We was divorced. We weren't together anymore. I actually was in another relationship, and when I got pregnant with my last son, it was like he was upset, and he looked at me and he was just like, you're not supposed to be pregnant by nobody else but me.
Lord have mercy. Oh, Matt, what you would have done? Say, no, I'm just gonna put that out there. Say that you and Spice met up, and she was going through that nonsense with this man. Well, how would you handle that if you was in that situation?
More Mario coins.
And speaking of that, that's how he was stopped, because No protective order, no restraining order, because I had both. It stopped him. It was just like a piece of paper to him. Because like I had one of my cousins in the car with me, and I, had my daughter was 3 at the time, and I was picking up my son from school. We was in, on the side of the curb waiting for the kids to come out. And she had this look at her friends like she was just like shocked to where she couldn't speak. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? I turned around. He had snatched the back door open and he tried to snatch my daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And at this time he was on probation in the halfway house. But, like I said, you have to be careful. You could sit there and people could keep telling you, well, be careful who you lay with. Be careful who you give it. It's no being careful because people put on facades. You got to be alert. You got to be more observant. So it's like
you ain't lying right there.
Yeah, and speaking of that, and to get him to stop, I have friends.
Right.
And like I tell you, I have a lot of men friends. I have homeboys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I had to give that call. And so when I get that call, because he was falling behind me, I said, he's right behind me. They told me where to pull up at. When I pulled up and he got out of the car, they swarmed out and they whooped his behind. He's still living, but they
I was
whooped
going to
him
ask
good.
that question. I was going to say, well, he's on that milk carton. Have you seen me? But you say he's still living.
No, because his reason after his mother passed, he said his reason that he left San Antonio and moved to, I think it was North Dakota, was because he couldn't take being here and not being with me. So he had to leave. But he still don't have nothing to do with his children.
Wow. That right there, you just got to be so careful of who you get involved with. But like I said, a lot of times you don't have to even be involved with somebody. You can just be a woman that's dressed nice, go to the store, and these men follow you, and they in the store, follow you out to the car, and then they want to disrespect you or put their hands on you because you don't want to, I guess, give them that check, that I'll talk with you or whatever the case may be. When you be honest with somebody, they get mad. Men go through the same thing, not as much as women though, but men go through the same thing with some women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, me and Mr. Mac, no. How many women came up to you and just harassed you in your lifetime? They wouldn't leave you alone when you telling them no.
I've had my fair share. Let's put it that way, because I'm one of those people that hold that thought. We'll be back into it too, everybody.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna share this.
No. I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is the truth about rejection. We're all going to experience rejection over the course of our lives. In fact, because the universe lives closed, which is to say that the default answer to any question in life is no, we are going to experience vastly more rejection than acceptance in any domain of our life, personal or professional. So the sooner that we can understand the truth about rejection, the faster we can disabuse ourselves of some of the illusions that people maintain about this experience that really obstruct their overall growth. So there are 3 illusions about rejection that I want to dispel in today's episode. I call them the 3 Ps. This is the belief that rejection is painful, personal, and permanent. Painful, personal, and permanent, the 3 Ps. Let's work through each one individually. The first illusion about rejection is that it's painful. Rejection does not have to be painful. What I'd like you to consider is that rejection is just information. Yes is information, no is information. And as I mentioned in the fundamental game of human relationships, in the game of please no, the way someone says no contains a clue, contains information with respect to how to potentially get them to say yes. The more that you can see no, the rejection, as just a piece of binary data, a 0 versus a 1, and the more that you can potentially evaluate the quality of that data to your own advantage, the more you can take the emotional sting out of rejection. Okay, the second is that it's personal. In the vast majority of cases, it's just not. Maybe you try to pick up someone at a bar and they turn you down, or you send out a resume to a potential employer, they never get back to you. Is this really a personal rejection? I mean, in the first case, the person who's turning you down has spent all of 60 seconds in your presence. It's not so much that they don't know who you are. they can't know who you are. They have not had anything close to sufficient time to do any kind of due diligence with respect to your suitability. So they're really rejecting some idea of who you are. Now, to be fair, there could be some aspects to your appearance or your words or your tone that is contributing to that idea. But ultimately, they aren't rejecting you because they don't know who you are. Same thing with the employer. They're rejecting a resume, a piece of paper. And again, maybe there are some things about the presentation of that document that you could improve, but there's nothing personal about rejecting a piece of paper. In the vast majority of cases, the people doing the rejecting don't know you well enough to actually reject you. So it can't possibly be personal. All right, and the third P is that it's permanent. And this is kind of due to the first P. The painful emotional experience can trigger a catastrophic thought cascade. And before you know it, you're thinking that you're never going to get a job, you're going to die alone, or that you're going to be a loser your entire life. And that's just not true. That's the emotional mind talking. Now, it's almost certainly true that you will need to experience a great deal of rejection before you find a quality relationship or before you find a high-value job. However, every rejection on some level just brings you closer to that eventual acceptance. It's like that Edison quote, I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So, rejection is not painful, it's not personal, and it's not permanent.
Okay. Y'all, just as a reminder, make sure you tune in next Friday as the Grown Men Talking comes to you with special guest Tabethia Porter. She has published her newly book, Broken Pieces. If you remember, she was last year on our show sharing her story about abuse. So now she's back with her book called Broken Pieces. So make sure y'all tune in and set your notifications.
All right.
And also, just as a reminder, tonight, midnight, is it, everyone. Make sure you get your videos over spitting your best poetry piece so you can enter into the 2024 Powerful Poet. The judges will be taking their time to review every video. We will have a video outtake to where we will dedicate a show to where y'all will be able to see everyone that enters so that y'all can get your own vote in. But I tell you what, it's up to the judges. So you will see soon who will be the 2024 Powerful Poet of the Year. Now over to Dwight.
Can't wait for that. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Before we went to commercial, Mr. Mac Jones was talking about something, and I'm gonna go ahead and let him go ahead and finish up and go from there. Go ahead, Mac.
Like I was saying, man, I've had my fair share because deep down inside, right, I got a strong voice, big in nature, things of that nature. But really, I'm really just laid back, mellow dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't like no nonsense. I don't like lies. I don't like excuses. I don't like people that play games. I don't like a lot of stuff.
Right.
And so with that being said, people tend to get rejected by me often because they will slide on me, for lack of better words, with a bullshit.
Right.
And I don't have the patience for it. And I don't know when this started happening with me, but I've been the type of guy that if I see stuff and I don't like what I see, I just won't bother with it. And I'm starting to get back into that like heavily. And it's because it's like, man, we growing older, not younger.
Right. You're right.
And time is too short to be playing games.
You're right. And what that being said, you just, like me, I said the same thing. I don't got time for the nonsense. You to that age where you say, hey, all back then in younger days, you pick up a lot of stuff, but now you kind of set in your ways as you get older. It's just a lot of things you just don't want to pick up with no more. And if it don't feel right.
I don't agree with the set in your ways thing. I
Mm-hmm.
tell people everybody has their own perception of how their life
Right.
should be.
Right.
That's not being set in your ways. As if you want to tolerate that, you can tolerate it in your life.
Right.
That don't mean I have to be included in your bullshit.
Exactly. I agree with that. You know, like life is way too short. Now I think we lost Keisha and I think we lost Mr. B because they on the roads doing their things and everything. But I just
We
appreciate
got it. We got
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate them for being here for a short time and everything. But I'm gonna say this, it's just a lot of stuff going on, and I'm gonna say for the men and women out there, you just got to be careful. Only thing I can say, the ladies especially be careful because you can be nice and tell a man no, and so and I'll tell any woman, protect yourself at all times, because you don't know, like these two young ladies, they went in there to get something to eat, mind their business. This young man stepped up to them and talking to them while they in there trying to get something to eat, and just because they rejected him, he stabbed both of them, and killed one of the girls. And you just got to be so careful out here. And I guess that's me. I'm very overprotective of my grown children, especially my daughter and everything, because the world is not a nice place. And I'm straight up with my kids, and I've been telling my kids ever since they were small, you got to be careful. Everybody that's smiling in your face is not going to be friendly or be your friend. Keep your guard up because you just don't know what's going to happen. You have to prepare yourself and don't get caught slipping. Mr. Mac, you tell your kids the same thing about being careful out there? Crazy stuff.
Absolutely. Every chance I had to give it to them, right? But I'm also a father that believes, and there comes a time where the safety net must be removed, and mother bird must stop catching the bird, the little baby bird. It's time to fly, baby.
Yeah.
You got to show us what you learned.
Yeah, most
We
definitely.
got to see if you can operate out here.
Most definitely.
And so many parents are guilty of crippling their children by being protective of the child's situation or making excuses for the child's situation. Listen, no matter what, you can't do God's job.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. You sure can't. And it's just not the ladies, it's men too. Even ourselves.
Yeah.
Even ourselves. Me and you, Mr. Mac, we gotta be careful. We might be somewhere. We could be somewhere in the store getting gas and mind our business, and a woman come up to us, and we like, well, yeah, man, it was nice meeting you. And no, I don't want to give you my number, and we gotta be prepared. She might try to slap us or do something else while we in the store.
Yeah, listen, at this date and time, anything is possible. All the what ifs or maybe nots is gone out the window. So that's why I say it's time to uncripple these children, because what's going to happen when you turn around and need your child to be strong or your children to be strong and in your corner, and you've been crippling them most of their life?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I was at HEB. I was in line to get some money and everything because pay some bills. I was gonna get in there. This lady, she's like a nice lady. She was an Asian lady, and I'm in line. She was all up in my space. I mean, she was right up in my chest, and I'm trying to understand what she's saying. She kept pointing at her ticket, looking at me, and I'm like, I couldn't understand what she was saying. I thought I talked fast. She was talking fast. I couldn't quite understand what she was saying. And the young man that was working there, he knew what she was saying. And the woman was saying, well, I like tall men, and I want to know if he be my man, I'll split this lotto ticket with him. I ain't asked how much money she had, but if she had enough that day, I would say, yeah, I'll be your man for today. After that, that's it. But with that being said, you have people, they'll just step up to you for any reason, just because they like the way you look, or in your Mr. Mac, the way you look and the way you talk, because women, they are attracted to that deep voice, And you might have a psychopath that hear you talking and say, "Yeah, I'm getting him. I ain't taking no for an answer."
And I mean, speaking on that, it's been witnessed, with Mr. Mac, especially on the TikTok lives, he'll in there and all he got to do is just bring that tone in and the women just go, oh, they've been going crazy over it because of that voice, calling him Barry White and all that. So he deals, I witnessed it. He deals with that.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I deal with it, but I on the flip verse of that, right? I deal with it, but I deal with it in such a way that I try not to hurt nobody or try to come off as mean or offensive to anybody, because again, you don't know who you're dealing with, so you got to learn how to disarm a person before they even go to reach for something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Now, Matt, let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this. I know you're a kind of person. Like, have you had someone that refused to take no from the answer, and you had to just go to a different level with them because they just couldn't take no for an answer?
Well, that happens to me. Yeah, it happens to me, bro. I ain't gonna even say a lot. It happens to me, and it's because, again, in nature, in real nature, I'm really not what. Like, okay, people be like, okay, Mac don't got no filter. Yeah, that's true, but I don't have a filter because I don't take no shit.
Right.
That's why I don't have a filter. Now, if it was an appeasing person that I'm dealing with and I'm trying to get through to you and you understand what I'm saying and we don't have no backwards and forwards and no idiotic moments, then hey, this is what you get. This is who I am right here. This is me right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, right here might be like, oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah. For women, but I'm like, like, no, this is me. I'm not putting on the facade. Like, this is just me. This is how I am. I'm just a laid back dude. Look. And I say, hold on, put her back up there. Just stick her back up there. Just stick that up there. Just post that up there for a minute.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Jennifer, Dr. Jennifer. Hey. But I just want to say, women, be careful. Men, we go through the same thing. We go through the same thing. A lot of women do not take no for an answer, and a lot of men have to deal with a bunch of crazy nonsense and everything. So, it's on both sides of the fences. On both sides. So with that being said, Mr. Mack, I want you to give the nutrition and lay it on people what they should do, what they shouldn't do if somebody get up in their grill and won't take no for an answer.
Well, if okay, I'm gonna give you two pieces then.
All right.
I'm gonna give you something on that and something on something else, right? So, as far as people that can't take no for an answer, it's more so, like I said, that's an egotistical thing, and you're not gonna ever win with that ego. Just remember that you can't beat that ego. The only thing that you can do is bruise that ego or crush that ego, which is then going to excite something different. Okay. Something where you're going to either have to protect yourself or something where you're going to have to hurt somebody else. So you got to watch how you disarm a person when you're disarming them.
Right.
And secondly, I will leave you guys with this. Think of it this way. You cannot continue to hope for the best for your child or your children, mothers and fathers out there. You cannot continue to hope for the best for them, but you're doing the worst actions for them. You're in the way of growth and development of the child. And a lot of us are guilty of that.
Yeah. Yes, we are. Yeah. Thank you so much, Matt. And I just want to thank everybody for watching the show. This is a very interesting show. I hope we all learned a lot of things tonight. And I just want to say, hey, y'all out there, y'all be careful. We love you here. continue watching us and supporting us. And we'll be back, me and Mr. Mack and all of us will be back Friday. And Mr. Mack, while you doing that, play us out. Play it out so good.
She said, run as fast as you can. You know I'm broke, ain't got no man, but I need that 40 in my hand, and I ain't gonna call you back up. It's probably Monday morning.
2 and 2, everybody.
Also, don't forget to everybody that's a poet, make sure you enter into the contest before midnight tonight, and tune in next week with our gentlemen. Next week on Saturday, it will be the second group coming in, which will include myself, Miss Honey, Denise, and King D. So make sure you set for notifications, and we see you then. Happy Easter, everyone. Be blessed.
Happy birthday to me.
Thank you.